Hello. Imagine a world where your ego is separate from your reality, where you have to face your fears head on to return back to your true nature. Whew, okay. What do I do? Oh my God, what the am I doing? I'm the host of Ego Death, and today our contestant is going to do a stunt that is extremely dangerous to the ego. It's going to be life-changing. This should only be attempted by anyone who wants to detach from their ego state. Now, let's meet our contestant. Hi, I'm Angie. I'm not a risk taker. I don't truly trust myself, and that's why I'm on this show, to gain confidence, to listen to my intuition, because I believe that is the way. Do I believe I'm gonna win? Yeah, I do. I do believe I'm gonna win. Angie, how are you doing today? I'm a little scared, to be honest. You were brought here for one reason, to look at your ego in the eye. Remember, seeing your ego is the first step to taking away its power. All right, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, for your stunt, you're gonna cut off your own hair with no instructions. It's just gonna be you and your intuition. We like to call this stunt the ego cutoff. No. This. And if it gets too much and you can't handle it, we'll be there to help you out. But remember, if that happens, your ego is winning, not you. For sure. I don't want the ego to take over. So this is how it's gonna work. You're gonna remember a moment in your childhood when you did your hair the way that you wanted to, not the way that somebody told you how to. Why? Because as a child, you came into this world with pure awareness. It wasn't until someone else told you to stop being yourself and you listened, because as a child, you didn't know any better. You just wanted to be loved. So you stopped listening to your intuition and your ego was developed to protect you. I'll be here cheering you on and giving you some guidance. All right? Have fun. This is good. It's gonna be fun. Okay, there's hair ties, 2 scissors, and 2 brushes. Hopefully I remember how to do this. Hello, me again. What the? I'm speaking to your subconscious mind. Oh, hey. Can you think of a moment in your childhood when your ego was developed? I think my ego developed when I was a kid and I scared off other kids with my hairstyle. So this is actually very relevant to what is happening right now.
When you were young, I dropped you off at the daycare, and later on I got a phone call from the nun say that, you know what, your daughter, she's a big troublemaker. She make all the children cry because she tried to make her hair stylish, but I don't know, what did you do? And you put your lipstick on. My God, I came to pick you up.
Obviously, what I did was listen. I stopped trusting myself and I didn't know how to deal with that rejection. Okay, wow, thanks for sharing that. Whew. Did not want to face that one, but here we are. The first thing I want you to do is take a deep breath. Repeat this affirmation. I am safe and I choose a new way to experience myself as separate from my ego. I am safe and I choose a new way to experience myself as separate from my ego. When we name our ego, we take a powerful step in seeing the ego as separate from us. Choose the first name that comes to mind right now. Okay, I think I'm gonna choose Agatha. Agatha feels right. Good. By naming your ego, you've separated from it. Now you'll see the ego coming and going. You'll be surprised just how often it comes and how quickly it goes. This is an observation stage. Now you may begin. Whew, okay, Agatha, it is me and you, girl. Let's do this. I'm gonna soften you up. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. There will be a lot of resistance because your ego, Agatha, dreads change. Allow the resistance to come without judgment. Oh my God, okay, you about to die. I'm about to cut you off. And remember, if you call her out, you diminish her power. You will recognize you are not your past and your hair has no bearing on your true self. Okay, so even if this is totally messed up and is not how I want it to look like, I'm not my hair. I'm not my hair. And if anything, I could just shave it off. Just take it off. Oh. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. This is so fluffy. Ah! I'm gonna put this in a jar. I don't know, this feels really, really good to just let go and not give a anymore. Okay. 100 things are going on in my mind right now. It's definitely not me. It's Agatha, it's my ego. I always needed other people to just kind of be there and tell me, oh, Angie, it looks great, it looks awesome. But no, this is me trusting what works. You do need another person to tell you if this shit is straight or not. Wow, okay, let's talk about that. Okay, there's a lot of things going on in my mind. Number one, I remember being so afraid of getting bangs because I was afraid of looking too Asian and therefore I wouldn't be accepted. That is you, Agatha. That ain't me. Woo! Damn, yes! How did it go? I'm so glad I cut Agatha off. I just feel so much lighter. Congratulations! And remember that your ego, it didn't die. It will come back. In time, your expanded awareness will allow you to see past your ego and choose a response that's more aligned to your authentic self. Okay, great, thank you. Wait, did I not come here to kill the ego though? Okay, bye, thank you, and don't forget to tag us on social media. Bye. Zoom out, there we go, okay. Hi guys, it's been exactly 2 months since I appeared on the show. I feel like I'm a different person now because I spent a lot of time observing Agatha, my ego. I'm gonna share with you guys what it has been like since I've come back home. As I'm doing this, I'm gonna braid my hair the way I did when I was young. To me, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm here to learn, I'm here to start a conversation, get other people's perspectives. I am no expert. So my understanding of the ego is how I see myself. It's like this false identity that your ego created for you. So what you believe your traits to be, your personality, your beliefs, it's not something that you were born with. It was something that you were taught to believe in or to act like or to look like. I stay fucking on your loving. What I found helpful was to really understand exactly where the ego came from. Let's bring it back. My understanding is that I came into this world a pure, whole, worthy person. And then my authority figures told me to change certain aspects of myself so that I can fit into society and the cultural norms. Our culture thrives on comparison and constantly having to prove yourself to fit in. I internalized that when I was young because I didn't know any better. I was just a child and I wanted to be loved. Think of it this way. I did something that felt right to me. I was told that it was not accepted and I automatically removed myself and was like, whoa, okay, I was wrong. I can never trust myself. Maybe my intuition is not right. Maybe I need to be more like this to be accepted. But in the moment, what I really needed to hear was, hey, you can do whatever the hell you want with your hair. You live out loud, you be whatever you want to be, and that's okay. We accept you the way that you are. But most of us were not raised that way. We were controlled, put into this box of certain traits and behaviors that we needed to have to be a good girl or a good boy. So that's when our ego was developed for 2 reasons. One, to hide your true self so that you are accepted in society. And number 2, our ego was developed to ensure that we get love wherever it's available, even if it's not the love that is healthy for us. Story time. This is very personal, but I feel like I just need to get it out there because the more I love these parts of me, the more my ego softens, aka Agatha. Agatha. After observing my thoughts, I realized, damn, this is something that I've been holding with me for a very long time. It's the belief that the only thing that I have to offer and what my worth is my external looks. It may sound ridiculous, but I grew up in an environment where I was taught that a girl should look like this, or you will be wanted if you look this way. When I'm a child, all you want is to be wanted and to have friends. So I complied. I started changing myself, and my ego thoughts were constantly thinking about, okay, how do I look if I'm sitting here? How do I look in front of this person? It was just taking up so much energy, mental energy. I wasn't able to focus on other things that were important, like finding what lights up my soul. Instead, I focused on external factors because I thought that's what a woman has to offer. Until my experience in Australia, it humbled me and I had space to just think about my own thoughts. That's when I really started questioning, okay, who am I at the core? What makes me happy? Every day I try to watch that ego inside of me because I've been living with it for most of my life. So it's there. I don't know if it's ever going to be gone, but I do know that it's an everyday practice. I still get knee-jerk reactions whenever I feel like I have to perform or change myself to make sure that I'm pleasing other people. Those are the moments when I have to try really hard to take a step back and to be like, whoa, is this coming from you or is it coming from Agatha? And a really helpful thing was actually naming the egos. In my art journal, I actually drew her out. This is her. You'll see the words separate. And the reason why I drew her out into this object was to really see her as an actual thing that I'm gonna be living with. She looks nice because that's the ego. The ego will pretend it is needed to protect you, and it will tell you it knows best, but it doesn't, okay? And so that's why your ego will fool you into thinking that it's right, but you just need to catch it and be like, listen, Agatha, you're hella cute. It's very easy to follow you, but I'm not gonna do that, okay? Agatha will come to not only give me an identity that is positive, but also could be internalized negativity. Agatha tells me that my identity is an insecure person, and for so long I held on to that. In my core, that's just the way that I am. I will never be confident. I stayed quiet because my ego was like, you know what, just play it safe, stay quiet, so at least we know what the outcome will be. You'll just have a life where you're not speaking your truth. Okay, Agatha also shows up when I post a video or an Instagram post. I check back and I don't get a like, and I actually get offended. That's when I have to take a step back and think, okay, hold on, are you offended or is Agatha offended? And it's Agatha because my true self cannot be offended. It's already whole. It's grounded. It knows my worth. And now I'm living in this digital age where my worth is determined by how many likes I get. And I have to remind myself, whoa, 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 that's not true. Your worth is absolutely not determined by how many views or how many likes you got. You are already worthy. Another way Agatha shows up is when I'm thinking about concepts to talk about and brainstorming. She says things like, okay, but how could you even share that if you don't even know this yourself? You're gonna come off as somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm just like, what the? My true self simply just wants to create content for fun. I just wanted an outlet to speak my mind. And Agatha hates it when I stutter or when I don't know what to say. She likes to sound confident. She needs to have control of what she's gonna look like, but my true self wants to make mistakes and learn from it. The more I do that, the more it's shutting down Agatha. I see that, Agatha, and I'm gonna let that one go too.
I see you, we good, okay. We good, I see, we see each other. We see each other, we good.
Ever since I was young, whenever I would lash out or say something that didn't feel true to me, my body would have a reaction to it. That's what your ego is gonna feel like. When you're getting this energy of standing up for yourself, it's fake energy that's coming from your ego because it's there to protect you and make sure that you're right. I'm this type of person, so it will never be that way for me. That felt good, but not in the way that was true to myself. It's like a harp. So what now? I'm realizing that every time Agatha shows up, I have to show myself love in some way. What helps me is doing like self-care practices or just being with myself and saying, hey, you're enough already. You don't have to prove yourself. I love you. You are worthy. Our true nature is already whole. We cannot be more ourselves than we are right now in this moment. Whenever I am feeling triggered or whenever I hear Agatha, I'm like, damn, okay, I'm not ready to be a parent. If I don't parent myself yet, I'm gonna make my child into a mini version of me. I'm gonna be parenting myself through them. And that's just not the type of relationship I want to put out there. So that's why it's so important to really look within and reparent myself before I try to even think about bringing another person into the world. I would love to see us looking at each other more as souls and not three-dimensional beings. And I think that's why I've never been good at small talk. I feel like small talk, at least for me, it feels ego-driven because it's like who can hold a conversation with these small, quick, mundane questions the strongest. I'm kind of bad at it. I prefer to get really deep and ask questions that speak to another person's soul. The more I shift my consciousness, the more I shift my consciousness, the more I could detach from Agatha. I could see others as spiritual beings who are exactly like me, where we're all one, we're whole. And I want to live a more joyous and peaceful life that is built on connecting with other souls.
My God, there's room for everybody. Let's just say that.
And so that is the entire reflection of what my experience has been like ever since I appeared on the show. I definitely recommend everyone to try to get yourself on that show. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. But I feel so much lighter. That heavy weight was just, man, weighing me down. None of that business. All right.